Champions Inter are almost exactly where they'd want to be, but not quite. The Serie A summit is, however, within reach, provided the Nerazzurri can win this afternoon at the Bentegodi. Big clubs have already stumbled, though, at Verona this season. First Napoli on the opening weekend, and most recently Roma. But Inter should, at least on paper, have more than enough to get the better of Paolo Zanetti's side. It is the opening game in matchday 13 of Serie A. It all begins here at the Bentegodi. It's Verona against Inter. Paolo Zanetti makes 4 changes to the Verona 11 that began the loss in Florence. Davidovic is fit again and replaces Coppola, while Danny Luke also comes in with the Verona shifting to a back 3. Belayan anchors the midfield with Duda injured, and there's also a chance for Mosquera at centre forward. He plays alongside Kasper Tengstedt. You can hear the Nerazzurri supporters in good voice. Siamo noi campioni dell'Italia, siamo noi. We are the champions, essentially. The Italian version. Niccolò Barella skippers Inter this afternoon, with Lautaro Martinez having returned to Milan. Having initially travelled, he's come down with the flu. Giangiacomo Magnani. 5 alterations for Inter from the 1-1 draw with Napoli. Bisseck starts while Carlos Augusto is fit again. Aslani plays with Çalhanoğlu sidelined during international duty. And there's a first start in 18 months for Joaquin Correa. Correa scored a brace off the bench on his Inter debut here 3.5 years ago. A big opportunity for Inter at the Bentegodi. 3 international breaks have already been negotiated since the start of the season. We won't pause again until March. And with maximum points here this afternoon, Inter would go top of the pile, at least until Atalanta play later on this evening. And they can sit back and enjoy Napoli-Roma tomorrow night. Verona looking to press aggressively right from the outset. Have been playing with a 4-2-3-1 for large portions of this season, but Tengstedt, who's been prolific, has been joined by Mosquera, perhaps trying to starve the Inter back 3 of time and space on the ball. Bisseck for Thuram. That's cleverly done. Darmian delivers. Magnani had to stretch, and Bradaric can't prevent the game's first corner inside a minute. Bradaric with the set piece. Sommer's lost it. Got away with that. Davidovic, meantime. Verona very nearly scored early on here. Danny Luke. Chachua, he's got the wrong side here. Can they catch him? Chachua waits for Tengstedt. And still, Inter very lucky not to concede in the first 5.5 minutes. Frame of the goal, keeping out the Nerazzurri, keeping out Verona. Darmian with a long throw. They've let it bounce here. Correa! It's off the crossbar. He nearly had another goal for Inter at the Bentegodi. Far too easy for Inter to fashion that chance. Bastoni spotted the run of Carlos Augusto. Carlos Augusto! The wrong side of the netting. Aslani with the free kick. Acerbi and Correa couldn't quite get there. Vrij allowed to carry it, left by Correa, he'll collect the return. There's just something about this ground for Joaquin Correa. Inzaghi's front two link up, and in his first start in 18 months, Correa marks it with a very neatly taken goal. Big smiles for Correa. It was his dummy initially. Thuram knew exactly where to play the pass. And after a debut brace on this ground off the bench, when he starts today, he makes his mark, and he took it beautifully. Correa finding Thuram, he's round the goalkeeper, and Inter scored twice in the space of 5 minutes. First Thuram for Correa, and now Correa for Thuram. And they just have so many options in the final third. A goal he'd been waiting a while for, Marcus Thuram. 5 matches without a goal, he might just have gone a little early. But that is a throwback finish. Not too many players capable of going round the goalkeeper. Thuram made it look easy there. Davidovic with a touch of rust perhaps. But that was silky smooth from Thuram. His first goal since he got a late winner at Young Boys. And Simone Inzaghi knows the job. Thuram's in again though. Thuram, he's gone round Monty Paul once more. He's absolutely loving life, Marcus Thuram. His goals tend to come in bunches. And it's another brace today at the Bentegodi. A high line from Verona, it's suicidal defending. And Thuram with the dummy, just to make Monty Paul look foolish. Twice he's rounded the Verona number 1. And that's twice left him with an empty net. Aslani with the corner. They're pursuing a fourth. Vrij couldn't quite meet it. Mkhitaryan denied a direct route to the ball by the referee. Darmian. Aslani. So much time for Barella. This is Christian Aslani and Vrij. They're all chipping in with goals now. Ordinarily, he wouldn't even be on the pitch, Stefan Vrij. But an injury to Acerbi afforded him the opportunity. Just as Aslani's passed it here. And the chance was comprehensively taken by the Dutchman. Verona have no idea how to deal with Inter. Dispatched by Vrij. And it's his first league goal since February. Bradaric with the corner. Mosquera got his head to it, but it flies over the top. Aslani, Correa. Barella losing out to Mosquera. 3 against 2 here, Mosquera. This is Tengstedt. And again, excellent defending from Bastoni. Mkhitaryan, Thuram peeling away. This is Darmian. Barella for Mkhitaryan, left by Correa, Bisseck, and still, how has he scored from there? An improvised finish from Jan Bisseck, and it is becoming the ideal afternoon for Inter. He recently signed a new deal until 2029, and he's just shown his eye for goal there, the German. Inter toying with Verona. Bisseck swiveled and just lifted it beyond Montipò. And the champions have scored a scarcely believable 5 goals in the first half here at the Bentegodi. A little dink from the falling Bisseck. Haroui took a tumble, retrieved the ball. Belayan, lovely feet from him. Still Belayan. Serdar strikes it. Sommer wasn't sure, it's a corner. A flash there from Reda Belayan as to why he's so highly coveted by Milan and potentially into the Veronica, and then the slalom. And then the vision to find Serdar. Mkhitaryan. Barella now. Aslani. Inter decide against pursuing a 6th goal. Or do they? Barella. Thuram. The minute has been played, and Andrea Colombo calls time on what has been the most one-sided half of football we've seen all season. Thuram with a pair of goals. Bisseck got on the score sheet as well. And Joaquin Correa marked his first start in 18 months with a goal. It was he who got Inter up and running, and they've never looked back since. What a scoreline at the break. It reads Verona 0, Inter 5. Davidovic had a very difficult first half, which is why we're going to see Daniele Ghilardi for the second. Darko Lazovic as well, who is the club captain, and it's a triple switch with Amin Sa. So Bradaric withdrawn. So to Davidovic and Mosquera and Haroui. Well, it's an almost scarcely believable quadruple substitution. That is Paolo Zanetti certainly making his opinions plain as to what he made of Verona's first half display, in which they conceded 5 goals. He's hauled off 4 players. And Inter have decided to just mix things up as well. Barella not required for the second half. Zielinski sent on in his stead. Inter scored 5 in the first 45 minutes. How much more of an appetite do they have to go on and really make a statement here in this second half? They have now joined Atalanta on 31 goals, so they are the joint top scorers in the league, albeit Atalanta still have a game to play later on. That's the late kickoff. It comes from the Tardini. And in between, that huge game between Milan and Juventus. But Inter doing their job here. Verona with 4 new faces for this second half. How can they respond? Chachua. Serda with the ball in. Between them, Bisseck and Darmian just about on the same page. Here's Bastoni getting forward. And is there a 6th? What a save from Montipò. Zielinski nearly scored with his first touch. Well, that's more like it from Montipò. He didn't make too many saves in the first half. That was a terrific stop there to keep out Zielinski. Bisseck releasing Darmian. Lots of white shirts in the middle. Correa was about to meet it. Aslani tempted by the shot. Montipò right behind it. Daniliuk. Chachua has got away from Darmian. Chachua with the cross, away by Buchanan. Serdar. Up in the air by Suslov. Serdar again. Now Lazovic. Chachua, one of the few Verona players to emerge with some credit. Dani Silva, Tomas Suslov. That's better. This is Belayan playing left wing. Lazovic has got it out of his feet, and Sommer watched it all the way. Buchanan has done well here. Buchanan with the cross. Magnani didn't deal with it. Mkhitaryan off balance. Mkhitaryan, well found by Aslani. Mkhitaryan on Arnautovic for Correa! What a shame. That was a lovely passage of football. Correa hitting the post in the end. Now Arnautovic is going to be booked for flying into Chachua. Was that needed in added time? Burning desire to impress, clearly. Inter didn't add to their 5-goal first half haul. They didn't need to. Marcus Thuram with 2 of them. As one-sided a game of football as you're likely to see all season. Joaquin Correa marking his first league start in 18 months with a very nicely taken goal, the opener. And after that, it was easy street for the Nerazzurri. They go top for a few hours at least. And the champions showing that once again, they are among the teams to beat, perhaps the team to beat this season. It ends at the Bentegodi, Verona 0, Inter 5.